on what felt like a last gasp with about 6 seconds. Ball broken up, but laundry on the field. Pass interference on Emmanuel Forbes going to move this one up a bit further. 8-2 on the season. What was a high-stakes matchup here atop the NFC. Seattle plagued by mistakes. Sam Darnold 29 of 44 for 279, but 4 interceptions to no touchdowns. Back in studio for a brand new hour of CBS Sports HQ postgame, brought to you by Tremfya, Jonathan Jones, Joe Musso, Bryant McFadden, and Patrick Peterson in to assess all we saw. And first to the table is what was a big-time matchup, Mac, between two teams with eyes on the top of the conference. One showed up, the other didn't, and still we found ourselves tussling late in this one. How'd we get there?
Well, Sam Darnold had arguably the worst game of the season today in this matchup. Because when you look at Matthew Stafford didn't do a lot. He had 2 passing touchdowns, but only 130 yards. That's 10U football in youth league with quarterbacks. That's not Matthew Stafford,
especially for Stafford,
right?
Yeah.
But because of his defense and how aggressive they were, they made Sam Darnold look like the New York Jets. Sam Darnold in today's matchup. They had sticky coverage, and there were no throwing lanes for Sam Darnold. And if for whatever reason, guys, he never looked comfortable. And that just gave Matthew Stafford and his offense to have the cushion and to be in positions to put timely points on the scoreboard. But with all of that I said about Sam Darnold and what he didn't do right, they still almost won this ball game.
Yeah.
They got a defense in Seattle. Mike McDonald has built a Goliath of a defensive unit in terms of what they do on all 3 levels, and they kept their team afloat even in the midst of all the mishaps going on with their offense. This was the first matchup between these 2 teams, right?
Yep.
I can't wait to see the sequel.
Pat, when we're talking about the defense on the other side here in LA, already alluded to by VMAC what they're capable of. It's the number 2 scoring defense in the NFL, despite being the cheapest defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
How young this group is and how they've gelled over this last 24 months. What's it tell you about the coaching they're getting?
And Mike McDaniel has done a great job since he got in there. Those guys, he built on something last year, and coming into this year, these guys have fully bought into the system. You see these guys flying around, creating turnovers, getting into the end zone, getting key stops. But I want to go back to Sam Darnold real quick. You know the team who put Sam Darnold on notice last year was the Los Angeles Rams.
Yep.
Yeah.
He lost to him twice, had some of his bad performances in that game.
Regular
So now,
season and playoffs.
regular season and in the playoffs. And now he's going to have to see the Seattle team twice. I'm sorry, this Rams team twice. And they got 4 interceptions off him today.
Yeah.
That's honestly what helped them win this ball game, because if he don't turn over the football 4 times, the Seattle Seahawks may win.
Well, and it was 14 points off those turnovers.
Yeah.
I went back and watched all of those interceptions. They were all on Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a tip drill pick. There wasn't like, oh man, the receiver gave up on the route. He threw 4 honest interceptions.
Yes.
that turned into 14 points, and the difference in this game, obviously, in a 2-point game.
This is not the type of performance that helps you shake that when's it going to come around type question that lingers around Sam Darnold. He's been great this season.
I got the magic potion for the elixir, if you will. That was always the hesitation. And go back to last year, right? And you talk about those Rams games. Obviously, right before that, it was that Lions game, the season finale, regular season finale. And then, of course, it was the Rams playoff game where Sam Darnold, the clock struck midnight, and he turned into a pumpkin. Had that not happened, there is absolutely a world where Sam Darnold is still the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Right? And whether it's the franchise tag, whether it's a big contract, that could have happened. But then he loses those last 2 games, and the Vikings made that decision in that sort of catch-22 that we'll let you go somewhere and we'll keep J.J. McCarthy. The Seahawks say, sure, we want you over Geno Smith. They have been proven to be correct. But because they got him in the mid-30s instead of in the lower 40s or in the lower 50s in terms of average annual value in millions of dollars, is because of when you needed to play your biggest in those final games, you didn't. And now, the Seahawks, when we need you, Sam, because this is going to be a defensive battle. We all know that, so you can't turn the football over. And the fact is, Seattle's defense held the Rams to just 2 third-down conversions on 11 tries.
They were outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. You can't turn the football over 4 times. Probably can't turn it over twice.
And I think if you're Mike McDonald, you're encouraged, even though you lost this ball game. You're like, if we just limit those mistakes, Sam, offense, we will win this ball game. The next time we see the Rams, they got to come to our house where the 12th will be in full capacity.
Yeah.
And we got to take care of that game. Because I think when you look at this division, San Francisco is still straddling the fence. You can never turn your back on San Francisco. Well, for sure 2 teams will get into the playoffs from this division.
That's just it. Take your encouragement with you, but now an uphill climb for the division and also looking up at their opponent here in the conference. When you look at LA, Mac, do you see the most complete team in the NFC? I mean, defense plus offense right now, an MVP-type quarterback, a defense that's getting after the passer. They do everything pretty darn well.
The thing about LA, I think the one knock on LA that would may make you feel like they're not the
most
complete team is the lack of name recognition in some spots.
Okay.
Right? I think most would take Philly because of the name recognition they have on the offensive line and the other spots.
Right.
But in terms of production, and the main key factor for me is the coach.
Yeah.
I trust Sean McVay out of any coach in the NFC.
Yeah.
If there's a gotta have it spot, and I know we have to win this ball game or I lose everything, give me Sean McVay. That's why I feel like this is a team, they can win it all. They can be the best team in the NFC, and they can win it all because of his coaching and what they're doing collectively as a unit. And we're not going to see 10U football from Matthew Stafford every Sunday. This is that one rare moment where you get 130 yards, where Devontae Adams has 1 catch, 1 touchdown.
Coming off injury.
Off injury as well. So this was that rare moment where they weren't at their best, but Pat, you know, good teams still find ways to win, and they found a way to win.
Has thrown an interception in what feels like forever. Stafford taking care of the football. Sam Darnold on this day, not so much. A look at the next 4 for both of these teams. The Seahawks feels like a get-right spot at Tennessee. Then they'll take on a Minnesota team that always brings the exotics. Atlanta down right now in Indianapolis. We know what they present. As for the Rams, Tampa team that's living in the lost column.
Like Tampa plays a playoff team every week.
Carolina, Arizona, Detroit to round out their next 4. $150. Similar day for Caleb Williams, who was pressured by this vaunted defense of the Vikings. The front that shows multiple looks, 16-32 as well, for a $193 as the Bears improve to 7-3. Seahawks and Rams, Seattle, no business being in this ball game, but they get the stop they need inside 2 minutes. Down 2.